All right, what's going on YouTube? This is Chris again with Not Woke But Awakened. This is going to be my second video today. Actually, I guess I'm feeling a little on the motivated side. Um, Mainly because I came across a news article. It was just posted a couple of days ago and kind of caught my attention. Now, if you watched my first video on, excuse the canine activity going on in here. If you watched my first video regarding the shooting of Ma'Khia Bryant, we kind of got into quite a bit about firearms, and I think I kind of made my point that I'm quite the firearm aficionado, I guess. That being said, those of us on the conservative side of things, I know there's liberal gun owners too, and I absolutely support that. The Second Amendment is for everyone, every day, as far as I am concerned. I encourage anybody to that at least that can legally acquire one to acquire one if you can, but most importantly, learn to use it. Train with it, get a class, have somebody that's an experienced shooter train you in how to shoot. And not just go to the range once and you're, in a year. I mean, it requires consistent effort to maintain accuracy and be confident in your weapon. So going to the range at least, like once a month even, would be good if, especially for those that are, pardon me. So, going to the range even once a month, if you're not really big into firearms but want to learn how to defend yourself, want to know how to use your weapon effectively, it would be reasonable. Now, those of us on the conservative side of things are generally very, very pro Second Amendment. And I think that's a wonderful thing. It is in our Constitution. It says it right there in the title, Second Amendment. That being said, it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody on the conservative side of the aisle is, let's just say, informed or intelligent regarding the topic. This particular news article, Representative Madison Cawthorn, a Republican of North Carolina, was cited Tuesday for having a loaded 9mm handgun at a security checkpoint at Charlotte Douglas International Airport in North Carolina. Let's see. Oops. The second time he has been stopped with a firearm at an airport since he took office last year. So you weren't just an idiot once. You were an idiot twice. I understand that people make mistakes sometimes. If you're not familiar with the process for flying with a firearm, it is legal to do it. You can. But there's a bit of a process. Not an extensive one, but there's a few little things that you got to do to make sure that you can fly with it. But most importantly, you cannot take that gun on the plane with you. Not on your person. You cannot carry it in a carry-on. It has to be in checked baggage. And further, it has to be in a secured hard case that is locked. The firearm must be unloaded. You can have ammunition in the same case, but the ammunition cannot be visible. So let's say you've got a pistol. You can have your ammunition in the magazine, but what I do is I take duct tape and I'll just tape it over this and conceal the ammunition, and then you can place it in the case. you are legally allowed to do that. You can also have any boxes of ammunition that you purchase at your gun shop or Bass Pro, Cabela's, whatever. As long as the box is closed and the ammunition is not physically visible. My preference when I fly is I normally lock the slide open. If you want to take an extra measure, you can also get an actual gun lock to put on it and then have that in the case. The gun should be locked open. You cannot carry a loaded firearm on the plane, period, check baggage or otherwise. So what concerns me here is that a Republican, somebody who is supposed to be a conservative that fights for the rights of Americans, for our freedoms, and continues to support Second Amendment rights, when you're not supporting and doing the right thing on your average basis yet and how you operate, that looks bad on all of us. It makes us all look like idiots and like we all cannot behave in a responsible fashion. Literally, when you walk through the airport and you go up to the check station for TSA, there's literally signs all over the place that says, "Do not bring firearms beyond this point." What the hell did you really think was going to happen? The more I watch, you can be conservative, you can be liberal, whatever your preference is. But we've got to hold our politicians' feet to the fire when they start being stupid. I'm willing to forgive one instance of either, you have a brain fart and you're just, not thinking. I can let one slide, even though, look, if I can do it the right way, so can he. And it's more important that he does it the right way as a representative of the American people and as a representative of the people in his district. I'm just really not liking the way that our political situation is going in this country. I'm just not, and I really hope that things start turning around soon. But if these folks cannot get it together, conservatives got to cut them loose. I understand that some of these folks are I'm not saying they've all got bad ideas. I get it. But we need to be able to promote responsibility in all aspects. And our elected officials have to hold themselves to a higher standard, whether they like it or not. That's just my thoughts on it. Tell me what you think. Let me know in the comments. Go through and just, if you see anything else like this that's going on. I know I have heard a couple other instances where I know it wasn't him, but there was somebody else. Probably that one, was it Marjorie Taylor Greene, maybe? Uh, I'm not entirely sure. I think it was a woman that also did the same thing. It's mind-boggling. Absolutely mind-boggling to me what they think that they can get away with. And, yeah, I'm as pro-Second Amendment as you can get. I personally believe if our government can have it, minus nukes, things like that. But outside of that, when it comes to actual small arms, I am 100% for anybody that is of sound mind and body and can legally own a firearm. I have no problem with people keeping whatever it is that they want to keep. Just be responsible, be smart. I mean, come on. But don't try to carry a damn gun on a plane. Concealed carry or otherwise, you're not entitled to. Even here in Florida. In fact, they're actually a little bit more strict in where guns can actually be carried within there and how. Even in some other states that I've been in. So, just be smart. I don't care whether you're liberal, whether you're conservative. Be smart. Learn. The other thing I'm going to recommend is before you fly. I've done Frontier, Delta, American Airlines, um, and flying with a firearm was pretty seamless. Well, Delta made a bit of the soup sandwich out of it, mainly because Delta didn't actually know their own regulations, basically. But out of Frontier and American Airlines, I didn't have any trouble. Went through just like that. Just real quick. So after you package the gun up and it is ready to go, you will bring it in through your check-in area. So when you go to check in for your flight and you have your checked bag, it must be in checked baggage. You can have it in a standalone case if you want. My personal preference is to put it in either like a suitcase. If you you can just go ahead and take your regular suitcase and get you a small pistol case, a hard case. It cannot be a soft case. It cannot be one of those little flimsy leather cases. It has to be a hard, lockable case. Once you take it in and you go in for your check-in for your flight, and you go to check your bag, you must declare the firearm to the person checking you in. Once it's declared, they will request to see the firearm. Basically, they need to make sure that no ammunition is available and that the gun is unloaded. Once that it is deemed unloaded, then they will tag it, showing that they have verified that the gun is unloaded. They will watch you lock it back up and secure it, place it back in your baggage, zip it up, lock the bag, and then they will tag your and then send it on its way. It typically does have a tag on the outside of your bag that says, firearms unloaded. It's usually like a bright orange tag or something. So there is a process to this, but it's not difficult. So don't make it more difficult. And once again, don't try to take it through TSA. Really. Anyhow, like, comment, subscribe, share this to any idiots that need to see it by all means. And I appreciate y'all. Thank you very much for your time. Hope to see you guys again.